Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Cities Skylines. I gotta say, I don't think this series is gonna go on for that long because I'm starting to get a little impatient with the overall speed of the game that's running right now. I don't know if it's the expansion. I don't know what's what. It's definitely not my computer. I've been double checking here. I've got a few CPUs just sitting idle. My recording software is not conflicting with the run of the game. But if you look here, it's going at speed 3. If I switch to speed 1, there'll be a temporary little stutter here in the timeline. But then it goes to basically exactly the same speed between the two of them. Maybe slightly faster on 3, but hardly noticeable. And that's just going to start to be a little bit annoying here as we wait for resources to pile up. Did let the game run for a while, so we do have $1 million in the bank, which is nice, but there you go. So yeah, I mean, a City Skylines is multi-threaded, but with game design, if you've ever done actual programming, so I'm saying, you know, more than just being in your second year of university and programming trivial examples of multi-threading, you know that multi-threading in real life is a really complex thing that tends to cause a lot more problems than anything else. There really is a limit to how much threading they can do here, so it's not literally using every single one of my CPUs. It's using a fair number of them, but that's about it. So there's no conflict with my recording or anything like that. It's just a little bit slower, unfortunately. So we do have the money, and I still want to expand over here because I think it'd be nifty, and I think I was going to do some expansion over here. I don't remember what it was. Was I going to set up some power? I think that may have been it. Some power and some recycling. Heating, we can just build a little bit more of it over there, and the power as well. But yeah, I think that's part of the... Actually, our garbage situation is pretty okay right now. But yeah, our power... I think I'm going to put a nuclear power plant over there. It's going to generate a really wicked amount of power. And actually be quite expensive. Maybe overkill. It would more than double the electricity that I have available. It's a nice future-proofing, though. And I have the money right now, and it's still not going to go negative. You know what? I'm going to do that. We're going to go for a nuclear power plant over here, and I think that was all. Yeah, so we're going to do that. We are going to make sure that it has a local fire department as well. The last thing we want is this thing to catch on fire. I'm going to put it over here because then it'll easily be able to service everything down here and not have to loop around in too much of an awkward way. And then, of course, it'll have to be connected to the electrical grid in some fashion. Now, you can't make underground lines, can you? Hey, can we get that feature? We've got tunnels now, and we can have elevated power. Why not run underground power lines? Because I hate the look of power lines, and that would make me so much happier. So we got to figure out where we're going to run these lines. I think what I'm going to do is run across here with the intention that... Here, I'll run it over here already. That is a 1. And then there. We'll also have to run some water over here. It may not need the heated lines. Yeah, tell you what, it's a really, really, really long run here for just a couple of buildings. So, oops. So I'm going to save money by building just water here. There we are. And just because I'll forget later on if I don't do it now, we're going to do that. Okay, so that's going to run out over there. Excellent. How's our water availability? Is still currently good. We'll probably, you know what, I'm going to go and build a pump now, so don't forget. This is water pumping station. Yep, not sewage. We're going to put it right between here. And connect you up and make sure you've got power. Just spreading them out a little bit so they don't drain this area too badly. I think the water flow here is good enough that it's not a problem, but I'm always a little bit paranoid. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up a little town of some sort over here. We got to find a way to get off the highway, and I would like to have some train stations going over here. Also, a few people have pointed out, yeah, it is nice to separate your cargo trains from passenger trains on the main line. I think we are giving them enough space that it's mostly going to be okay if they're running the same line. There's a couple of places at the bottom that could happen, but I don't think the city's going to get big enough for that to really be an issue. So what I think I'm going to do... Oh yeah, and I want to make this tram central. So, we're going to use the 4 lanes with the tram tracks because it'll be pretty. I don't think... Hold on. I don't think this has a sort of reserve lanes. I think we actually do get a proper 4 lanes for traffic. Let's find out. I'll run it sort of over here. That should give us lots of room to build our train stations. Yeah, there's still 2 lanes over here for traffic and then the tram line. So effectively, this is like a 6-lane highway with the bus lanes, right? Which leaves you 4 lanes for regular traffic plus the 2 for buses. Well, this is the same thing, except with a tram line. So effectively, this is the same thing as a 6 lane. And I guess it wasn't given that enough credit, actually. That's actually quite nice. All right. Trains. Trains right over here. Not metro. We will do the tram, of course. But yeah, I'm going to get a passenger train station. Now, I think we already have a passenger train station as well. So we'll be able to get some passenger traffic between these 2 towns. And that'll be pretty good. We've got that, and I guess we'll hook these up. Sure, that seems reasonable. So, what tool we have? We want that tool, something like that. So yeah, lots of room. There's going to be some extra green space over here, which will look nice. But I mean, if we're concerned about maximizing density, we could certainly go with a configuration here that was, you know, a little bit more space efficient. But I'm good with this. I'm happy with this. All right, get you in place. And yeah, we have create a new line. One of these is a passenger one. That's cargo, because I can't create... There we go. Yeah, I can't click on it, which is good. Add a stop there, and then just go back. Boop. Complete line. There we go. Makes people a little bit happier, and people will be able to get from one town to the other just fine. Still doesn't have power or anything like that, but that's okay. So, the tram line... Should I just set up a big oval first? Just sort of blindly set up a big oval? And then figure out... Yeah, sure. So, let's go out, like, 2, 3. Then we do the same thing this way, 3 notches, like that, so you get a nice arc, and 3 notches. There we are. And we might want to buy this area here so that we have more space to build on the outside of the loop, but we'll see that. So that's 2, and 3, and 3. There we are. Nice arc. And we get the little pop-up because it's letting you know our tram lines were dead-ending. Okay, cool. So we still have $700,000. This is the that's Metro. Tram is over here, so we need a tram depot, which is huge for such a small area. Wow, this is gonna be brutal. But we'll go and put it here. We'll probably have other loud services and things there, but there we go. We've got that, and then it's just a question of putting the tram lines. So obviously we're going to want one. Oh yeah, and it's in the middle lane. We're going to want one right across the street from... Oh, and that's an interesting question. Right across the street from the passenger station. But we're going to need an intersection here so that pedestrians can walk across, I assume. And then we'll just put some regular stops here. We don't know exactly where we're going to want them, but we're going to have sort of regular interval stops. And... Yeah, maybe I would have wanted to put the intersections first, because I think the intersections will be blocked in places where we have these stops. But, alright, we'll figure it out after. Like that, and then I'll do it in the opposite direction as well. And we'll have them in the same spot, because, especially if we're having to build intersections, we're going to want to make sure that they're sort of clustered. Also, I mean, realistically, in real life, you have the same stop servicing both directions typically, especially for these centralized tram things. There's one little sort of platform in the middle of the street. So we'll do that. And it's not as relevant with the, you know, bus stops and things that we've done before, but I think for this, especially if we're having to make intersections, it will be super turbo relevant. So with the roads, now it could do everything tram based. So we could keep using these for the intersections, or we could have a bus service on the inside that brings you to and from the trams. I think I will at least want... So there's another stop. Can we see it? I think those are the stops right there. People coming in and out. We know that industrial trucks coming out of here can generate a lot of traffic, so we don't want the intersections too close. I'll put it on this side, because that way things flowing out from there can flow quite quickly. So I think that will be an improvement. And we want... Sure. There we go. And I don't like to build too regular, but I think in this case it's going to be fine. So we'll get something like that. And then I think we'll use the road with the bus path, or bike paths, I mean. Bike lanes over here. And then we'll probably make this just a little bit more sort of curly cues and things. Where do I want to break off of here? I guess that's probably okay. We spiral all the way in. Like that. And maybe a little side street right over there. And maybe another one over here. There we are. And we'll have to make little walking paths. Oh, with that in mind, what if I do this? Then we can walking path off of there. I think that'll be all right. Here, let me do those now before I forget them. So paths, and just the, yeah, sure, the pavement path is fine. So we just want to pop off. I think I'll use this side here. Trying to minimize how many cells that I'm cutting out by doing this. There we go. Lovely. That way you can still get bigger buildings going on. I know I haven't unpaused the game. We are paying a premium for our nuclear power plant, but other than that, I mean, nothing I'm doing here yet is really adding that much cost. That one probably could have been done a little bit better, but it's fine. Who cares? There we are. And then from over here. We could also... Oh, that's the other thing I could have done for the tram pass over here is... Ooh, I was going to say an elevated pedestrian thing, but that doesn't help get us to this middle bit. That being said, it may actually be a really good idea to come off of here, rise up, pop over this way, and then go down. It's a bit of a long walk, but it gives people a way to cross the street over here without having to go to this intersection, and it might minimize some traffic. We lose a little bit of our actual ability to place buildings over here, but it might help. I'm not sure exactly what our traffic patterns are going to be, but that's, you know, I should do more elevated walkways and just minimize both how much traffic there is, because people can just use the walkways to get more places, but also minimize how many, you know, how much the pedestrians slow people down. Now, we can end up with a fairly high-density construction over here by doing this and then putting maybe another road over there, but I'm not sure that we get the full tiles regardless, and I like to leave some green space. So the question is, do I want to create another intersection over here? I don't know exactly how much traffic is going to be on the street. There might end up being quite a lot of it. So doing something like this is probably best to continue to subdivide traffic. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then let's end up with some more sort of curly-Q-y stuff over here. Maybe this one will mostly follow this curve. Not exactly. And then something like that. And then, yeah, just come off this bit, and that's going to be okay, too. There we are. So I'm thinking more low density in here, and then high density along all the other streets. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. These guys are still complaining about power and water, obviously, and that's fine. They're not going to go away because they're government services. They're not civil stuff. Let's go, since we do have the money. Let's buy this tile here. That way, we get, there we go, full zoning on the outside of this little loop. Nothing will look weird and cut off, and we can develop this area a bit more later on. Okay, now what we still need is a way to get on and off the highway, and I discussed before, it might be a little tricksy with the rail being so close. I think we're going to be fine, though. And rather than having one interchange, we can split this up a bit, which may or may not be good overall for our traffic. We'll find out. So, if we pop off of here, there we go. Come in over here. And like that. Far enough intersection from here, I think we're going to be okay. So that can do that. Do we want a way out from right over here? Minimize weaving. Actually, maybe we'll use the same intersection. We'll come off over here. This may lead to too much traffic right here. I'm not sure. We could, of course, use tunnels as well, but I do like bridges. So all the east traffic, whether you're getting off of here into the neighborhood or out of the neighborhood, will filter through here. We may do more than just this. Actually, it's probably a good idea Can we get you? Yeah, there we go. If we do that. It does look kind of ugly, but isn't totally unreasonable. Wait. What is this? Oh. Okay, just having to recalculate the routes. Okay, I was worried that we'd broken something terrible. Yeah, okay. Since I'm actually doing this much, I kind of wish I'd put a little bit more love into the layout of this interchange. I wasn't thinking I was building an interchange when I came in. Okay. I'll probably still want to do one over here, but for now, this one will service this entire area. I do like the fact that you'll be going over some train tracks. That's quite cool. It's a bit steep, but that turns out to be fine. Alright, so the only thing... Yeah, you can do a full interchange here. Alright, well, let's start housing this, and we'll figure out if we want another one at the other end. I feel like we will, because I feel like we'll want another pressure relief at the other side. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, let's run some utilities here. Let's get our heating lines in here. They're not going to be connected to anything, but that's okay. At this point, I will, I think, pause, because we'll get some complaints about stuff. I'm hoping that will fully service this. I'm not entirely sure that it will. And, oh, we'd figured out the magic number. Was it 2400? No, I think it was 2200. So we'll do this. Means it's a little crooked and there's some more overlap, but that's okay. 2200 should be, there we go. Just the right amount of overlap. 2200 this way to do that. And then just give a little extension there. I think that's technically covered, but let's go ahead and get... That was awkward. I could have done it better, but it's there now. And then just in case, I'll go ahead and do that to make sure it's covered up. Okay, so we do have to run a heating line for this one. This is, there we go. That's not heated, but this is. Running across that way. And then we also have to make sure that these guys are getting power, which is what this line here is for. Do this, raise it up another level so we can actually bob all the way across here to there. Okay. And then zone. So I think I want an office district. And I mean, I think that visually speaking, it sort of makes sense if maybe these bits here are the offices. I know there's like, you know, sound and various optimizations you can do, but do that. And then on the central strip here, let me use the square tool for this. We'll have all the commercial things. And then high density residential for at least this much. But actually, I think right up to say, yeah, something like this. Except I need to de-zone a little bit of it, because this is going to be very noisy, potentially some polluting. I think it's mostly just noise pollution over there. Even the ones across the street won't be absolutely thrilled, but it won't be too bad. What do we want to do with this bit? Because we definitely don't want residential there. I suppose for symmetry, we can get a wee bit of that. Now, we probably don't want the residential right next to the high-density commercial over here, but that'll be a great place to put services, which is what I'll do. But then I'm going to take everything else in this area. Oh, shit, I did zone that because I'm going to have to do it again here. And just make it low-density residential. And then, yeah, unzone this area. We might still do something with it. We'll see. That might be a good place, actually, to put low-density commercial. It's less noisy, and it's not really bothered by noise. And I think that will be swell. All right, and with so much office workers here, we definitely want relatively good education. We'll want the full suite for sure. We'll get them a little bit of an elementary school inside each one of these little side neighborhoods. Lead to slightly weak coverage in some of these middle bits. We may end up adding more, we'll see. And then I'm going to get a high school. That doesn't cover all the way. What if I put it in the middle? It still doesn't have full coverage. I mean, literally in the middle might be okay. It feels weird to have the high school there, though. Still, it's functional, so we'll do it. And I am going to give these guys a university as well. So there's going to be a bit of a learning district in the middle. Like so. Oh yeah, I got to update the tram stuff, but before I do that, I do want some more parks. I like the green, like the actual parks most of the time, although we'll put in some other stuff. I'm going to put that here, because again, that's adjacent to the high-density commercial and would be kind of noisy and unpleasant for people. We're going to cut off some of the other zoning regardless. That's okay. We'll do that. I mean, I could use something smaller, I suppose. A little snowman park. Inside of here, we'll get a skating rink. Right around here, if it'll let me plop it with the road. There we go. I think that has a little less conflict. What is this? Oh, that's the ski lodge. What's the radius on this? Not as big as we might like. We do need a bit more coverage over here. So let's do that. Okay. And then, oh, we're going to need some things on these side bits too. That might be a good one more for some of the plazas. Ice sculpture park. Put that there. Theme park. Theme park's pretty big. Can I get it to fit in? Oh. There it is. Sure, let's do that. Okay, then we're going to stop building this stuff for a little while until we start to see what the demand and everything is like. I think... oh, we don't have hospital. I think we want an actual hospital here. I suspect the clinic, yeah, really doesn't have the reach. So we will build a hospital, and then I like in the middle here. We might need to zone some more commercial as a result of all this. We'll see. Death care services, we're going to have one here. Another one here, and this goes even just beyond just, you know, getting green coverage for happiness. It's, you know, it's quite important. We should have a sauna for these neighborhoods. There we are. Because I don't think we've done that yet. So we'll get lots of extra healthcare. I'm going to build a big police station, or that's a fire station. A big police station. Police headquarters. We don't have a prison yet. Oh, we're low on money now. Okay, I better start playing this because the monthly fee is going to be quite high, actually. Until this area populates. The taxes will pay for themselves really well, but until they do... Oh, what I can do that's free, though, is build some more little tram routes. So, we're going to take from this same stop... No, it probably makes sense to go inside here. That stop and add there. And same thing from over here. We'll create a new line. Stop there. Stop there. Connect up here. There you go. I don't know if I hit all the stops for that line, but probably it'll be okay. And then I think we'll have one bus service over here as well, just to make sure these guys feel like they are getting their proper coverage. So something like this. Like that. Don't really need one there, but what the hell. And then how are we going to turn around? Oh, and then over here. Actually, what I'm going to do is have one bus line that just services the two end residential bits. That'll be one loop. Like so. And then I'm getting another bus loop that just services this inner bit. Kind of like this. This should reach out and cover everyone. Everyone should feel okay here because it should be close enough. There we are. Then finally, a little bit more walking path stuff. Because we can do... that. What? Didn't realize it was still elevated. Down. There we are. There we are, and over here, and actually, they might want to reach one of these tram stops. I think something like this would actually be quite the win here. Maybe from the other side, too. Oh, we're very bike and pedestrian friendly here. Well, biking in the snow like this definitely sucks, but... there we are. Complaining about electricity. Is it really not? Oh. Yeah, alright. That's pretty legit here. let me put, since we still need some parks, put a park right here. Doesn't quite connect everything up, but gets mostly there. I mean, I could have just run some wires and then got rid of them later on, but it's like, no, it's fine. We're going to do that. I'll get rid of these wires later. Although here, at least, they don't hurt the zoning. What are you complaining about? Heating? Oh, we literally just don't have enough heat. I think it all reaches over there. We'll verify that soon. But yeah, let's get another geothermal heating plant. Alright, we don't have room here. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. Now we really don't have a whole lot of money left. So hopefully this will turn a profit. Looks like we're doing fine still. 12,000 per week. God, it's going slow. It's going so slow. There we go. Heating resolved. Yeah. Yeah, it's taking forever to process. I wonder if it's like, if it's the heating layer, if it's the snow layer of the roads, if, like, look how slowly this is building up. I'm on speed 3, mind you. Guys, I don't know, maybe there's going to be a patch that optimizes things, maybe I've got something set up wrong, but right now, I don't have patience to play this game like this. I have no idea what the deal is. I'll have to play offline a bit without the, like, on a non-snow map and see how things compare. But I'm not going to have the patience to play this game. He's still really not connected. That's kind of annoying. It'll get there as soon as the zoning kicks in. And the demand has dropped, but I think this is building up. It's just building up really slowly. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind here, people. What am I getting? Like 10 frames a second? Like everything is slowing down here. Yeah, I'll definitely have to double check all the comments to see how many other people are having some performance issues with this patch. I may go and disable every single one of my mods or something like that. Because it could be that there's a mod just slowing things down. I guess I could give that a try right now. Would I break anything if I disabled my mods? No, I don't think so. Alright, we're going to be back for at least one more part. I'm going to put a cut in here. Between episodes, I'll go and disable all of my actual mods and content and stuff, and we'll see if that makes a difference to the gameplay. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.